This is how you can seal your motor area. Any kind of holes in your pool equipment in here. This is how you can actually seal it up for rodents. They do sell kits that you can actually buy online for sealing these, but the best way to do it yourself, because the different areas require different screens, the way the equipment's built, and it's better to have a professional show you how to do it that actually does pest control. So you don't want to block this. This is for your heat. Obviously the rats aren't going to be able to get through here because you can't stick your fingers through. So this is where all your exhaust from your heat's going to come up. You don't want to block this as well, because you don't want things to build up here that can't blow out, because if there's anything in here that needs to be blown out, whatever, you don't want the heat to start any kind of fire or anything like that. So if you start looking behind here, this is all sealed up really well. So it's all flush to the pipe. That's not a problem. And then when you start looking down here at the bottom, what do you have? Oh yeah, you can fit your hands right underneath there. Now wherever there's a spot for them to enter underneath there, under the plastic, and or they'll just chew a spot once they get underneath there, underneath the equipment. So that needs to be sealed, just like this was tacked over here. There needs to be a piece of steel mesh screening, not foam, not steel wool, and not spray foam, definitely not spray foam. Steel mesh needs to be all the way across here, running all the way underneath here, just like kind of like a door sweep, and then tacked up on the sides. This is not going to affect your operating equipment for your pools. When you do seal this, make sure that you spray out underneath here. You see all this grime and dirt and everything. You want everything to be clean underneath there, so there's no nest or anything that's still left underneath there. So take a pressure washer or a hose, light pressure, and blow all that out. Clean that area out, even spray it down with some product. It's called Odoban. It'll basically sanitize, deodorize underneath there if there was any rats underneath there too as well. And then you can go ahead and put the screening up. You can tack it up like this if you want, with small little self-tapping screws, or you can actually cut the screening with some metal shears and some tough gloves. Cut the sheeting out and basically just silicone it with some caulking all the way on the top, all the way around. Just make a complete seal around that screen. That'll keep that intact. Remember, rats can't chew through metal screening. So pretty much I'll take care of that. And then if you notice things like this that are open like that, those are things that you just can't do much about. This is some kind of filtration for I think salt tablets or something like that for the pool. They will try to chew through these, but as long as you have bait stations on the outside that are already pushing them away from the building, they shouldn't get comfortable enough to get close enough to the building and start chewing up these wires too for the equipment. You look over here in this area down here, you can see underneath here the same thing. It needs to be sealed, blown out, sealed. This is all flush meeting right here. This is really great. Most newer pools that they build, they'll be flush like that, so you really won't have to screw much up. You see the holes that are underneath here too as well. Should we get another shot of that? There's actually little slats here right here. It's kind of hard to see them, but yeah, little slats that are right here, but you can't stick your fingers through those, so those are fine as far as sealing it up. And then the same thing down here, that little area, prevent it from getting in. Like I said, these newer ones are pretty nice as far as how tight they fit. Same thing on this side. You want to make sure every single side is covered up like that. Make sure there's no area you can stick your fingers underneath there. Also make sure you're not obstructing any of your piping or electrical, or like I said, your heat. Very important.